In front of a billboard displaying beautiful models for Amima, a major company, a group gathers to admire the image of Hikari, the brand's exclusive and iconic figure. They are expressing their awe and joy, marveling at Hikari's beauty. They gaze at the photo, captivated by the sight of Hikari's well-balanced physique, her translucent fair skin, and the amber-colored hair that flows gracefully down to her waist. The billboard shows Hikari posing for the fashion brand Candy, a subsidiary of the widely popular Amima, and she holds the title of the #1 cutest girl in the world. The image has taken social media by storm, gaining widespread attention. Yet, as popular as she is, there is a mystery that surrounds the model. No one knows anything about her personal life, and this enigma keeps the buzz alive on social media. Nearby, a group of fanboys stares intently at the new ad, sharing in the admiration. However, amidst the excitement, a boy stands quietly, observing the scene. His thoughts drift far from the billboard. He knows a secret none of the fans would believe. As the voices around him praise Hikari's beauty, he muses to himself. They are all mesmerized by Hikari, but they have no idea who she really is. The boy, Harima Kuki, understands the truth. He is Hikari. Beneath the glamorous image of the world's cutest girl is his own hidden identity. The next day, after school, Harima is sitting in the empty classroom. The remaining boys in class, always playful, suggest they decide who the cutest girl in school is. They teasingly point out that all the girls are currently out of the class, leaving them free to talk. One soon mentions a third-year student, Arashigoka, noting how amazing she is. It invokes the feeling of wanting praise from an elder sister. Then, another shares his own thoughts, saying that Hibari, a cold and intelligent first-year student, and their classmate Rika also rank highly. Rika, he adds, is not only cute but also healthy and full of energy. There seems to be a consensus that all three girls are charming in their own ways. Mikage suddenly enters, and claims that if any of them overheard this conversation, it would spell trouble to Harima. As childhood best friends, Mikage knows all of Harima's secrets, including his double life as the model Hikari. When the conversation wraps up and they prepare to leave, Mikage can't resist teasing Harima. Before they are out of earshot, the boys remark that no matter how cute the schoolgirls are, none of them can compare to Hikari. They are praising Hikari's universal appeal. They liken her to a rose when she stands, a peony when she sits, a lily when she walks, and a garden of blooming flowers when she smiles, fully unaware that they're complimenting the boy sitting right beside him. Harima listens, amused by the irony. As people rave about Hikari's beauty, Harima silently reflects on the truth. He is Hikari. Beneath the stunning photos and idolized persona of the world's cutest girl lies his hidden identity, a secret he has guarded for 3 long years. It had all started 3 years ago when his sister, in a moment of desperation, convinced him to step in as a model for her fashion brand. She had been in a bind, needing a model for a flagship product, and Harima had reluctantly agreed, unable to refuse her heartfelt request. He remembers how his sister had praised him, admiring his delicate features and translucent skin. Despite his initial hesitation, she had assured him he'd look perfect, and with the help of a makeup artist, Harima had been transformed into the stunning Hikari. When he saw himself in the mirror for the first time, he had been shocked. He was unrecognizable, his appearance rivaling the beauty of any professional model. This was the birth of Hikari, the girl who would become an icon. Mikage interrupts his thoughts, tapping him on the shoulder and whispering teasing remarks about how deeply he has embraced the role of Hikari. Harima, clearly irritated, admits that while he doesn't enjoy being the world's most beautiful cross-dressing girl, he can't deny it either. Mikage laughs, joking that Harima's cuteness is the very reason he can't get a girlfriend. Harima sighs in frustration, acknowledging his strange dilemma. He is trapped by his own beauty, unable to see other girls as cuter than himself. It's a unique kind of mental struggle, one he doesn't know how to solve. Mikage, always ready with advice, warns Harima that if he continues down this path, his youth will be dull and colorless. Harima, however, brushes it off, believing that everyone has their own way of seeing things. Mikage presses further, teasing him about remaining single forever if he doesn't do something about it soon. Just then, a girl stumbles and falls in front of them. Harima quickly recognizes her as Amamiya Shizuki, a quiet girl with little presence in the class. As she awkwardly refuses his help to stand, Harima thinks about how plain she seems, hiding her beauty behind glasses and a modest hairstyle. Yet, there's something intriguing about her kindness and soft-spoken nature. When Amamiya addresses him by his proper name, something few girls do, He's struck by the thought that she's different from the others who often mispronounce or mock his name. Harima finds himself drawn to Amamiya's quiet kindness, and he starts to wonder if maybe she can become much cuter with a little bit of touch-ups. However, she is definitely no match for Hikari. As they talk, Harima realizes how others may be taking advantage of Amamiya's kindness, frequently assigning her tasks she's too polite to refuse. Wanting to help her, Mikage offers assistance, though she strongly declines. She apologizes and walks away, leaving Harima deep in thought. He feels a growing desire to protect her from being overworked, so he has begun secretly helping her with small tasks, like watering the plants or cleaning up. He knows her routine well, and it's easy to do these things unnoticed. He smiles as he imagines personifying the fairy and angel-like qualities people have given to Hikari. This is in stark contrast to his usual self, which is more like the ghost that haunts the bathroom. As Harima finishes cleaning the blackboard, he stumbles upon a wallet left on the floor. Hesitant but curious, he opens it to check the owner's identity. Inside, he's stunned to find a picture of Hikari. Realizing the wallet belongs to Amamiya, he wonders if she's a fan of Hikari as well. Abruptly, Amamiya returns to the classroom. He quickly hides in the cupboard to hide. She picks her wallet and, noticing the clean blackboard, she thanks him. And in that moment, Harima realizes his secret helping has been found out. She opens the wallet quickly and, looking at the picture, calls out his name softly while smiling. He suddenly begins questioning whether she knows about his secret. He suddenly feels a shift in his heart. It's the first time he's seen her smile, and it leaves him breathless. For the first time, Harima feels that someone might be even cuter than Hikari. As his heart races, Harima realizes that the day he finds a girl who is truly cuter than the perfect Hikari has finally arrived. Harima sits in the bus for his makeup, waiting for his transformation into Hikari. Kokoro-san, the makeup artist who insists on being called Wani-san, meticulously works on his makeup and hair. Despite her short stature of 145 centimeters and a baby face, Kokoro-san claims to be around 40 years old, though Harima often thinks she looks no older than a schoolgirl. As she applies the finishing touches, Harima's thoughts drift, and she asks if there's something he is troubled with. He confesses that there is a girl he likes, a revelation that surprises Kokoro-san. She's amused, teasing him, saying that it's shocking he's interested in any girl other than himself. She calls him a vain, egotistic cross-dresser, a remark Harima finds a bit harsh. Yet he can't shake the feelings he has for the girl. Amamiya's smile haunts him, whether he's asleep or awake. Her innocence and natural cuteness captivate him. Something about her potential to steal the spotlight on a magazine cover consumes his thoughts. Kokoro-san, sensing the sincerity of his feelings, inquires more about this mysterious girl. Harima explains she's simple but adorable, a beauty he finds irresistible. Kokoro-san assures him that if he thinks she's cute, it's a good match for someone like Hikari. Harima, trusting her, shares that this is something he has not shared with anyone yet. She promises to keep it safe. Soon, Harima is called to the set for the photo shoot. As he steps under the bright lights, the character of Hikari consumes him. He moves with grace and poise, effortlessly embodying the image of the world's most beautiful girl. The photographers demand bright smiles and perfect poses, and Harima delivers every time, forgetting momentarily that he is cross-dressing. Hikari shines in every frame, her radiance undeniable. After the shoot, Harima takes a break and wanders into a nearby park. The staff treats him like the stunning girl he appears to be, despite knowing his true identity. As he strolls through the park, he marvels at the large space, the food trucks, and the people bustling around. His eyes land on Amamiya, and he watches her from a distance. At first he criticizes her fashion, her long, strange-colored skirt, the hamster or pig illustration on her shirt, and her old-fashioned glasses. Her handbag looks like a failed eco-project, and her outfit feels awkward. Yet there's an undeniable cuteness about her, especially in the way she gets excited about food, like the dorayaki she's eager to buy. As he continues to observe her, Harima notices Amamiya letting a child and their parents go first, a gesture of her kind nature. He thinks about how adorable she is, even in her odd clothes, and before he knows it, he finds her entire outfit charming because of her pure excitement. However, he realizes he needs to return to work and turns to leave, but just then he sees her bump into a couple. The boy, irritated, shouts at her, accusing her of wasting his time. The girl beside him also feels annoyed, and after some harsh words he steps over her food. Harima can't stand the rudeness and immediately steps in to defend Amamiya. He confronts the couple, telling them they were the ones who bumped into her and demanding an apology, as well as compensation for the ruined dorayaki. The boy resists at first, but when Harima leans in, whispering softly, the boy quickly changes his tune, apologizing and offering money to cover the cost of the food. The situation escalates when the boy's girlfriend accuses him of always being around other girls, causing a scene that makes the boy beg for forgiveness. As the couple argues and leaves, Harima decides it's time for him to go as well. The crowd, having witnessed everything, praises his bravery, and some even begin to recognize him as Hikari, the famous model. Embarrassed, Harima denies the claim, trying to sneak away. However, Amamiya chases after him, wanting to thank him properly. She asks again if he's really Hikari, but Harima tries to dodge the question, saying she's mistaken. In a clumsy moment, Amamiya falls in front of him, and he instinctively responds in his normal voice, offering to help her. Realizing his slip-up, he panics. Amamiya looks at him with suspicion, staring deeply as if she senses something familiar. Flustered, Harima quickly switches back into Hikari's persona, saying goodbye abruptly and rushing away. Amamiya watches him leave, her eyes following him until he disappears from view. The next morning, as Harima sits in class, his mind drifts back to the incident at the park. He can't shake the feeling that Amamiya's suspicious stares mean she knows his secret, that she's figured out he is Hikari. His thoughts whirl, consumed by the possibility. Lost in his musings, he barely hears the dismissal bell. Mikage approaches, sarcastically excited about the cafeteria's new dish, misokatsu, but before Harima can even reply, Amamiya walks up to them. Her sudden presence catches both boys off guard. As this is something she's never done before, she requests to talk, specifically pointing at Harima and Mikage. Always eager for excitement, encourages his friend, wishing him luck. They two head to the roof, where Harima suggests they sit. Amamiya, a bit nervous, sits beside him. Without much preamble, she asks if he was at the park the previous day. The question hits him like a jolt, and his heart skips a beat. She quickly apologizes for the abruptness of the question, but continues, confessing that she feels like he was the one who helped her during the confrontation with the couple. Then, without hesitation, she asks directly if he is Hikari. Harima freezes, unsure how to respond. But after a moment of silence, he admits the truth. He is, in fact, the supermodel Hikari. Amamiya's eyes widen in shock, her hands flying to cover her mouth. She stares at him, her expression filled with disbelief and awe. Seeing the confusion and surprise on her face, Harima explains that it might take time to fully grasp this revelation. However, instead of reacting with doubt or hesitation, Amamiya's excitement grows. She enthusiastically declares that people adore Hikari, and now knowing the connection between Harima and the world-famous model fills her with admiration. Harima, sensing her enthusiasm, asks her to keep this secret, and she promises not to tell anyone, not even her family. This agreement makes her even more thrilled, knowing she's now entrusted with Hikari's true identity. Wanting to repay his kindness from the previous day, Amamiya stands up and with a slight bow offers him a pair of tickets as a token of gratitude. She insists that while it might not be enough, it's her way of showing thanks. Harima, touched by her gesture, quickly accepts, joking that he could never say no to such kindness. They both agree to use the tickets together, and when Amamiya wonders if he even likes dorayaki, he assures her that he could eat it 3 times a day. Her happiness only grows with his enthusiastic response, and asks to exchange contact information. Harima is taken aback, clearly surprised by the request. He stammers, admitting that he rarely exchanges contact details and doesn't even know how to use a QR code. She gently takes his phone and inputs her number, handing it back to him with a smile. They say their goodbyes, and as they walk in opposite directions, both are left wondering about the situation. They each feel a sense of uncertainty. Amamiya about the fact that she's going out with someone as secretive and important as Hikari, and Harima about one key dilemma. Should he go as himself, or should he meet her as Hikari? Amamiya returns home, greeted by her sisters, Mio and Kasumi, who welcome her warmly. Amamiya, feeling a mix of excitement and nervousness, replies that she is home, but mentions she wants to rest. Mio, noticing her sister's unusual mood, wonders if something happened at school. Still, she assures herself that if Amamiya says she's happy, then it must mean something good has happened. Amamiya retreats to her room, lies down on her bed, and feels her heart race with excitement. Her face flushes as she thinks about her upcoming outing with Harima. She pulls out her phone and looks at the contact list where Harima's number is saved. No one but her knows that the number belongs to the world-famous model, Ikari. Amamiya is filled with pride and joy at the thought of sharing such a precious secret. Reflecting on their conversation and the lunch they shared, Amamiya feels like it was one of the most memorable days of her life. She's thrilled that Harima promised to go out with her, but a small doubt lingers. Did she push too hard by asking him to go out just to repay his kindness? Her thoughts are interrupted when her phone buzzes with a message. Harima is checking in on her, asking if she's alright and thanking her for inviting him to eat dorayaki. He also asks if she's free on Sunday. Amamiya is shocked. It's so soon. Sunday is just around the corner, and she hasn't even begun to plan what she will wear. In a rush, she opens her wardrobe and starts pulling out clothes, holding them up in front of the mirror. She's filled with anxiety, remembering the outfit she wore in the park with the pig design. She had thought it was cute, but now worries that Harima might not have liked it. She wants everything to be perfect, and it's not just about the dress. She thinks about makeup, shoes, accessories. There's so much to consider. Amamiya decides she won't wear her glasses on Sunday, but her bangs are a constant challenge. She wants to look her best in front of him. Suddenly, she realizes she hasn't replied to Harima's message yet and quickly sends him a response. The next day, when Harima exits the Candy Company building, he spots Amamiya waiting for him outside. He recalls their late-night chat. The conversation felt formal, like business talk between two people, and he thinks they need to have more casual, easygoing conversations to get to know each other better. They had agreed to meet at 3 p.m. in front of the company by the eagle statue, and she had enthusiastically accepted. Now, standing before her, he's surprised to see her arrive earlier than planned. Harima greets her, looking slightly stunned, and asks if she's been waiting long. Amamiya, dressed in odd clothes with cute bears on her hair which is styled in 2 braids, reassures him that he arrived 15 minutes early. She, however, had been waiting for over an hour. Her excitement had brought her there much earlier. He compliments her, calling her cute, but can't help noticing the bears. Amamiya, sensing his gaze, begins to doubt her outfit. She hesitantly asks if her clothes are all right. Harima looks at her thoughtfully, while Amamiya's mind races, filled with self-consciousness. She starts to think she doesn't meet his standards, and overwhelmed with insecurity, she blurts out an apology. She offers him the tickets, saying he can go with someone else, and turns to leave. As she walks away, Harima grabs her hand, gently but firmly stopping her. He reassures her, saying that he wants to go out with her and Amamiya. He tells her to listen, adding that before they head to the sweet shop, they'll stop by another place first. He asks her to trust him and, most importantly, to trust herself. Amamiya is left speechless, stunned by his words. She realizes he truly wants to spend time with her, and for the first time she feels a glimmer of confidence in herself. Harima leads Amamiya to their destination, which turns out to be none other than Amamiya's headquarters, the company where Hikari, his model persona, works. Amamiya looks around in surprise, recognizing the building's significance. Feeling out of place, she voices her concern, saying that this is a space for fashionable people, and she doesn't belong here. Harima reassures her, telling her it's all right, and that she has nothing to worry about. As they enter, one of the staff greets them and asks if Harima is here to see the boss. Harima, shaking his head, replies that this visit is personal. Just then, Kokoro-san, who calls herself Oni-san, notices them. She's surprised to see Harima there, as there's no photoshoot scheduled. She informs him that the boss is at the branch office, but Harima explains that he's here for a personal matter and needs her help. He asks if he can borrow some clothes and a makeup kit. Kokoro-san looks intrigued and inquires whether it's for the girl behind him. Amamiya shyly introduces herself as Harima's classmate, while Kokoro-san warmly replies that Amamiya is also her friend now. She offers to help Amamiya become fashionable and says Amamiya can call her anytime for advice. Then, teasing Harima, she remarks that this must be the girl Kuki-san is interested in, using his nickname. Embarrassed, Harima tries to get her to stop, but Kokoro-san just laughs and agrees to help. Kokoro-san then turns to Amamiya and asks whether she just needs to borrow clothes or if she also needs assistance with makeup. She offers to help with both as her schedule is open for the day. Examining Amamiya's face, Kokoro-san compliments the softness of her skin and points out that her glasses are hiding the beauty of her eyes. She adds that Amamiya's hair is naturally beautiful, and with the right foundation and a little makeup, she'll look stunning. Kokoro-san suggests that with a change in clothes and hairstyle, Amamiya could transform into a whole new person. Harima chimes in, playfully telling Amamiya that she's already cute but will look even prettier. Flattered and slightly embarrassed, Amamiya is led to the dressing room. Upon entering, she is shocked by the array of high-fashion dresses, many of which were worn by Hikari. One particular cardigan catches her eye. It's the one designed by a famous designer and sold out instantly. Harima suggests she try it on, but Amamiya hesitates, thinking it won't suit her. He insists, telling her she'll look like a doll. Gently placing the cardigan over her, Harima urges her to look in the mirror. He encourages her to see for herself how well it suits her, assuring her that she will look decent and beautiful. Just then, Kokoro-san enters and, with a smile, tells Harima to wait outside. Reluctantly, he agrees and steps out of the room. While waiting, Harima checks his SNS app, where the park incident from the previous day is trending. People are debating whether the girl they saw was Hikari or not. Some claim there's no way it was Hikari, as she's an ethereal figure who only descends to the mortal realm on a whim. Harima chuckles at the comments, thinking to himself that he's very much human. After what feels like an eternity, the door to the dressing room opens. When Amamiya steps out, Harima is stunned. She looks completely different, elegant, radiant, and effortlessly beautiful. The transformation is remarkable, and for a moment, Harima can't find the words. All he can do is stare in awe at the girl standing before him. Harima is left speechless by Amamiya's transformation. He knew she would look better, but the change is so dramatic it leaves him stunned. Kokoro, standing nearby, playfully teases them, saying they both look so cute that she wishes they could debut together. Amamiya, still shy, mutters that she feels she looks weird, but Harima quickly responds, No, even Kamachi would be jealous of you. You look so cute that even Yang Gaifei would take a second glance, and Cleopatra would praise you. Though she blushes at his flattery, Harima's voice takes on a more serious tone. He clarifies that he doesn't give compliments unless they're genuine, reminding her that he is the cutest, and if he finds her cute, it means he truly sees her as the cutest in the world. He notices how Amamiya struggles with self-confidence, perhaps because of her upbringing, and understands that just telling her she's cute won't magically change her mindset. So he suggests they head to the sweet shop they originally planned to visit, hoping it will lift her spirits. After saying their goodbyes and thanking Kokoro-san, they head to the shop. The staff at the sweet shop welcomes them, and Amamiya immediately notices how many people are inside. As they find a table and sit down, she grows self-conscious, feeling as if everyone is staring at her. She's convinced her new dress and makeup look odd. But as Harima listens to the murmurs around them, he hears people complimenting Amamiya, calling her super cute, so pure, and noticing that she's wearing a dress from Amamiya. He smiles and reassures her, telling her that everyone thinks she looks adorable, which puts her a little more at ease. In his eyes, she's like a small, cute, fluffy rabbit, and he finds her innocence endearing. Amamiya decides to get up and choose some cake, leaving Harima to marvel at the variety of options available. He ultimately settles on a chocolate cake. As he's about to enjoy his choice, a group of girls from his class are also there. Before things get too overwhelming, Amamiya returns, and he rejoins her. She presents him with the mythical dorayaki, encouraging him to try it first, but Harima insists that she go ahead since she loves it so much. She takes a bite, praising its softness and perfectly balanced sweetness, and even remarks that she wishes her sisters could try it. Curious, Harima asks about her siblings, and Amamiya reveals that she is the elder sister. After finishing their treats, they visit the shop owner to thank her for the delicious dorayaki. The owner offers them a small gift in exchange for their tickets and invites them to pick 2 items. Amamiya asks Harima to choose something for her, and after carefully looking through the options, he selects a beautiful hairpin. Gently, he places it in her hair, exclaiming how great it looks. When he asks if she likes it, she blushes, her happiness evident, and assures him that she loves it. She then picks out a small keychain for Kokoro-san, and the owner, watching them interact, can't help but think they look adorable together. As they walk back home, Harima starts talking about how full he is and how delicious the dorayaki was. The sky is darkening, and he jokes that he's craving hot ramen now. Amamiya offers to buy it for him and asks what kind of ramen he likes. Embarrassed but amused, they both share their preferences at the same time: hot and sour soup noodles. Surprised and delighted, they realize it's their mutual favorite, and Harima laughs, saying it's the first time someone said the same thing as him. He suggests they save ramen for another day, as it's getting late, and Amamiya agrees, thanking him again for going out with her. She also takes a moment to thank him for helping her out, not just today but at the park as well. You've always been there for me, she says, gratitude clear in her voice. Harima smiles and responds that he should be the one thanking her. He adds that he was touched by how she didn't judge him when she found out his secret. Amamiya gently replies that she respects both sides of him, saying, "As Harima, you're brave and stunning, but as Hikari, you're incredibly beautiful." Gathering her courage, she wants to say something more, something deeper. Her heart races as she contemplates confessing her growing feelings, but just as she's about to speak, Kokoro-san appears out of nowhere, asking about their first outing together. Realizing she interrupted something important, she quickly apologizes, but Harima brushes it off, telling her the timing couldn't be worse. As they go their separate ways, Amamiya is left thinking about her almost confession. Her heart is still racing, and she wonders what she's going to do. Every time she tries to express her feelings, her heart beats so fast that she can hardly breathe. Amamiya returns home after a day filled with beautiful memories. She places her bag on the side table and begins replaying every moment in her mind, going out with Harima, wearing Hikari's clothes, getting a cute makeover from Kokoro-san, and savoring the mythical dorayaki. As she recalls nearly confessing her feelings, a wave of uncertainty hits her. What if Harima thinks she's crazy or awkward? But at that moment, she feels a sense of relief, knowing Kokoro-san unknowingly saved her from embarrassment. Amamiya pulls out a business card from her pocket, the one Kokoro-san had given her earlier. She remembers the conversation during the ride home, where Kokoro-san had asked if she was interested in becoming a model. The offer had left her speechless, unsure of how to react. Kokoro explained that Amamiya had been searching for a partner for Hikari, someone who could match his charm. Despite Kokoro trying to convince him to work with other models, Hikari had always insisted that he was the cutest. But the moment he saw Amamiya, Kokoro said he admitted that she might be cuter. Kokoro had expressed her belief that Amamiya was the one who could stand beside Hikari, someone who would make him shine while also radiating her own light. She had reassured Amamiya, who initially refused, saying she wasn't model material. Kokoro, however, believed that Amamiya was the first girl Harima had ever called cute and encouraged her to build confidence. Kokoro had left the offer open, asking her to think about it. Now sitting alone, Amamiya finds the whole situation surreal. Was Kokoro really serious about the offer? Did Harima truly think she was cute, or was it just politeness? After all, no one had ever called her cute before, at least not like this. She hesitates but decides to text Harima, wanting to thank him for the day. Nervously, she types a message but fumbles with her words and accidentally sends a strange, auto-corrected message. Panic washes over her as she realizes the mistake, and she quickly sends a correction. To her surprise, Harima replies almost instantly, "I also had fun. Let's go again." His reply makes her heart flutter, and she can't help but think that he really is a kind person. The next morning, Harima is feeling exhausted and yawns repeatedly as he walks to school. He hadn't slept well because thoughts of Amamiya kept him awake. His friend Mikage notices his fatigue and remarks, teasingly, "You always say early bed and early rise is essential for beauty." Harima, distracted, tries to ignore him. Mikage changes the subject by asking about the mythical dorayaki, curious if he had heard of it. He further explains that the girls had been talking about it at the entrance gate. Apparently, there was someone at the shop who was as cute as Hikari. Harima immediately thinks of Amamiya and smiles to himself, but Mikage is shocked at his nonchalance. He imitates Harima, claiming that no one can be cuter than Hikari. Insulted by Mikage's mimicry, Harima feels conflicted. For the first time, he's starting to think someone might actually be cuter than him, and the thought makes him feel strange inside. His stomach twists, and he feels a wave of dizziness. Mikage grows concerned and asks if he ate something weird last night or if he has a fever. Harima brushes off the concern, but it's clear something is off. Just then, Amamiya arrives, and Mikage suggests that Harima go to the nurse's office. However, Harima's attention is immediately drawn to the hairpin she's wearing, the one he had chosen for her last night. She greets him with a soft good morning, and his heart again pulses with the cuteness overload. Amamiya notices his condition and asks if he's all right, feeling uneasy seeing him like this. Before their conversation can continue, a girl approaches them. She interrupts, apologizing for disturbing their moment, but says she needs to ask Harima something. The tension in the air grows, and everyone glances at one another, unsure of what the girl could possibly want.
Here I am, know it's been a while. I was in denial about away.